Hi there everyone, and welcome to this beautiful day in the forest. We are in Denmark in February, and this is where I live. And behind me I have the Toyota Yaris Cross. It's the 1.5 petrol hybrid model, front wheel drive, and I've had it for almost a year now. And in this video I will actually share 10 secrets with you, or 10 cool features that I first discovered, say, about 2 months ago. So to me, at least, it was kind of secrets. And why didn't I discover that before? Well, probably a combination of being lazy. I didn't bother to read the user's manual, and being a little stupid or naive. I will get back into that. So if you're in the market maybe for a Toyota Yaris Cross, or you already have one, and maybe you're just as lazy as me and don't bother reading the user's manual, or for some other reason you haven't discovered all these cool features or secrets, maybe you will find this video useful and you can skip some of all those months I did spent not knowing about these cool features. So hopefully this video will be helpful for you, and yeah, let's just get on with it. See you in a sec. Okay, as mentioned, this is the hybrid 1.5 petrol front wheel drive. You can get this one with all wheel drive as well, but this is the front wheel drive. And I've had it for almost a year now. I did actually make another video after 6 months where I went through some of my pros and cons about the car. A kind of a review of the car. Not with all the specs and all the stuff, but an honest review of how I felt about driving the car, having it for 6 months at that time. And you can find that video in, I will put a link in the description, and on the end screen you will find it somewhere here. You know where to find it. Anyways, in this video, as mentioned, I will share with you 10 secrets. It was secrets to me. It's some cool features I discovered after, say, 10 months. And yeah, the reason why I didn't discover it before was because, I didn't read the user's manual. I'm just that kind of person that never reads the user's manual. And if you're that kind of person too, maybe you can benefit from this video as well, if you are in the market for a Yaris Cross or already have one. And also because I'm maybe a little naive, or I said stupid, that's a strong word, but unknowing at least, because this is actually my first, like modern car, brand new and modern car. I've always owned old rags. My car before this one was an old Peugeot 207 from 2011, I think. So my comparison was, of course, very biased. I was very happy about everything this car could. I really didn't notice all the other cool features this car also had. And maybe when you're watching these cool features I will go through, you will think that's common in all cars. I didn't know that. So to me it was kind of secrets. Some of them very simple, and some of them actually pretty cool, I would say. Okay, enough talking, let's get on with it. The first one is inside the cabin, and I spent some time for some months ago, looking at all the buttons in there, like a little boy in a cockpit pushing all the buttons, and I don't know why I waited 10 months for that, but I started, pushing the buttons and wondering, what is this for and what is this for? So that way I started discovering some of these features. So let's have a look inside. I took the video off the stand, so it's a little more shaky right now. But here in the cabin, we have all these, maybe you can see it. We have all these buttons down here. Of course, we have buttons on the steering wheel as well, but we'll start with the first cool feature down here. So we have actually 5 buttons down here, and I'm not gonna go through all of them, but the first feature I actually discovered was this one. And yeah, I know it. If you watch the symbol, it's kind of speaks for itself. This is the heated steering wheel. I went through a whole winter without knowing about this. And yeah, it's actually freezingly cold here in Denmark in the winter, and wearing gloves when I was driving, and yeah, I didn't know about this, but after I discovered this feature, the heated steering wheel, I've used it almost ever since. So now it has a heated steering wheel. I'm not sure about all these features, if they are in the smallest standard package, or if you have to buy extra packages to get these features. I didn't check it out because this car is leased and this is what I got. I didn't get to choose between different versions or different packages. This was what I could get, so that's probably also one of the reasons that I didn't I wasn't aware of all these features, because yeah, if I were to buy a car, I would most certainly go through all the features to check out what I would get for my money. But as this one is leased and only for 12 months, I didn't bother, and I didn't bother reading the user's manual. And I'm sure if this was my own car, I would have read the user's manual from one end to another. Anyways, let's get to secret or feature number 2. And we are still down here with the buttons, and the next one was actually this one. Yeah, this one shifts the light from the long lights and the short lights automatically. And yeah, I didn't know that. Again, driving a 12 or 13 years old car, I just didn't know, a car could have all these features. So it's pretty cool, and most of the time it's just a relief, to leave it all to the car. So that was number 2. And for number 3, we are still down here. The third button. This is the last feature down here, but let's have a look at it. And this time we're looking at this button. And this was actually one of the last features. I guess I discovered it like a month ago. And we are in the middle of the winter here in Denmark. Right now you can't see it, I guess. It looks very spring-ish. And spring is just around the corner, but it's still freezingly cold. You can probably see it from my breath. But this feature, this button I showed you, is heating up the front window, the front screen, and removing the ice, so I don't have to. I've been using this ice scraper with frozen fingers, and sometimes so hard ice that it's almost impossible to get it off. And not knowing that, again, the car had all the help I needed to heat up the window or the glass. So at least it would be easier to get the ice off, or maybe I wouldn't even have to use the ice scraper. So now the winter is almost over, and I'm returning the car here in a few weeks. So it didn't help me much finding that feature, but now you know it. So hopefully you can benefit from that. Okay, that was the first 3 cool features, or to me, secrets. Let's get on to number 4. Yeah, again, it's something that was pretty new to me, because the car, like I guess almost any new car today, the car has this lane assist that keeps the car in the lane on the road. And yes, you know, driving on the freeway, the motorway, it's very convenient. Yeah, I use it sometimes. But when driving on the small roads around here or downtown, etc., it actually annoys me, this, because you know the feeling when the car tries to, you know, work against you when you're driving, or if you're not using the light when shifting lanes or something like that. Maybe because there's no cars in around you, or for some other reason. There's lots of situations where you don't want this lane assist to kind of force you to keep your direction. And therefore I tried to find a way to turn it off, and it took me a while. Yeah, I didn't read the user's manual. Instead, I Googled a lot. Yeah, that's why I started saying that. Maybe it's just because I'm stupid, because, you know, yeah. Anyways, I actually found a way to turn it off. So this is the button where you can turn on and off the lane assist, and it have 2 modes of assisting you, and it actually only turns between these 2 modes when you push the button. If you want to turn it off, you have to hold it for, I don't know, 3 or 5 seconds maybe. It will turn off, and just push it once and you will turn it on again. So that's how to turn it off. Unfortunately, every time I start the car or turn on the car, the lane assist is by default turned on. So I have to turn it off every time I start the car if I want it to turn it off, of course. Yeah. Say hello to my little friend. This is George, Curious George. Anyway, by law, at least here in the EU, this is the way it has to work, I've been told. And I've also been told, someone wrote to me in the comments on the former video, that in the near future you may even not be allowed and able to turn it off at all, so it will be turned on always, permanently. So this is feature number 4, and it has been very useful to me to know about it, so hopefully it will be to you as well. So let's get on to number 5. Now, number 5, I actually chose to tell you about the automatic shift. Because, yeah, I know about automatic shifts, even though we're here in Denmark, are not used to have automatic shifts in our cars. We're most used to manual shifts. So, but I know about automatic shifts, of course. But this is a hybrid, and it's a little different than a normal automatic shift, at least as far as I know, because as you can see, we have 5 different modes. We have the parking mode, the reverse, the neutral, the drive mode, and then we have the B. And the B is what I want to talk about, because this B is what I know about automatic shifts in not in electric modern cars, but in older petrol cars or diesel cars. You have different modes except from the normal drive. Sometimes you have different speed modes, or you have different hill modes, etc. And I actually thought that this brake mode, because the B is for brake, I thought this brake mode was something like that, something similar to, you know, a downhill brake mode. But what I realized is that because this is a hybrid car, the B mode is actually using the brake power to charge the battery for the electric engine. So when you put it in B, it's actually like putting it in D. It's a drive mode, but when you lift your foot from the pedal, it will brake much more and use the power from that to recharge the engine or the battery for the electric engine. And that's similar to what we know from modern EVs or electrical cars. And in electrical cars, we have this term called one-pedal driving. I think it's called, if I'm wrong, correct me in the comments if you want to. But you know, when you're driving with only one pedal, you no need for using the brake pedal, because when you put it in this brake mode in an electric car, the car brakes enough in like 98 of the time, so that you will never need to use the brake. So that's why you call it the one pedal mode or one pedal drive, because you actually only need to use one pedal. And yeah, I read about that, about electrical cars, but I didn't know that in this hybrid car, it's actually also kind of a one pedal mode or one pedal driving. So if you put the shift in B, you will actually discover that this braking power is actually helping you to have more juice on the battery. That way you will save more petrol. So that's one good thing. And the other good thing is that you can enjoy this almost one pedal driving. And number 6 is actually, again, something that is very common in new modern cars, especially electrical cars, I guess. This is the wireless mobile charger we have down here. And yeah, that was very new to me, coming from an 12 years old Peugeot 207. But you put your mobile phone in here and remember to turn it on and off here. The car is not on right now, so you can't see it, but the light will shift between yellow and green. If it's green, you're charging, and if not, it's yellow. And the smart thing about this charger is that if you leave your phone there and you're using it maybe for the wire, for the Bluetooth, for the navigation or music streaming or whatever, and you're using the battery on the phone, the charger here will discover itself when the battery level is dropping on the phone, and will start and stop the charging automatically. I mean, this is very cool. Unfortunately, my phone is too large to fit in there when I have my cover on. So a note to Toyota: in the future, please make this charging area a little bit larger. So also new, very large smartphones can fit in there. Anyways, that was number 6. And for The last 4 we will have to go outside now. We're done inside the cabin, now we're going outside. Okay, so my number 7 cool feature here is actually something that it's maybe my favorite feature about this car when talking about these secrets that I first discovered way too late. So of course we have the electrical boot door here. Yeah, I'm sorry about the mess inside. Anyways, when I discovered it had this electrical boot door, I was very excited, and I love it, you know. But I was always, you know, when at the grocery store or bringing my bags or my camping gear or whatever, and it was maybe raining and muddy, I was looking at all these people that had this automatic almost boot door. They just had to, you know, kick the foot in and it would open magically. So I was thinking I wished that my car had that feature, and again that is why I called myself stupid, because I never bothered to check. I just, you know, assumed that it didn't. I don't know why, but yeah, a few months ago the thought just came to me, what if it does? So look at this. Magic. And also when you want to close it again, more magic. This is so cool. I mean, I use it mostly when, you know, yeah, like if it's raining or it's very muddy out here and I have my both hands full and I don't want to leave it on the ground, I use this feature, of course, just kicking with my foot here and it opens. It's so cool. I really love it. So this is one of my favorite features of these 10 secrets that I discovered. Okay, number 8, we're still in the boot here, and I just used half a minute to clean up the boot here because I want to show you something inside the boot now. So let's have a look in here. The floor or the bottom of the boot here, I would say when I fold down the passenger seats, we have this tall ridge here, like this, and it actually annoyed me a lot because when I'm using the car for sleeping when I drive into the nature and stuff like that. So it actually annoyed me, and many times in the beginning I had to find something to put in the bottom here. Of course I had a lot of stuff with me, as I could use boxes and stuff like that on my tours. So I had to, you know, arrange it so I would have a flat floor in the car. And if you know this car, you're probably already laughing like me, because what I discovered, and this is my next secret, was that, well, look at this. So simple. And now if I fold the passenger seats, you have a completely flat floor and space here. And yeah, I wish I had found out that way earlier, because this is so great. This is so cool feature. And yeah, you have the flat floor, and if you don't need the flat floor, you can actually just expand the boot, and if you want even more space, you can remove all this stuff down here, There used to be a spare tire, I guess, but now it's only yeah, empty space and a repair set for if you get a flat tire. So. The last thing back here is this fluffy thing up here. I'm not sure if it's a feature, but you know, at first I thought this is just some cheap stuff that Toyota made to save money, or I don't know why. Then some kind person wrote to me in the comments that this is actually for security reasons, because you can't put stuff up here, and having stuff here when you're driving is actually dangerous if you have a sudden brake, for example. So this is why they make these soft. When you take it off here, yeah, you see, you can actually pack it together and yeah, put it somewhere. For example, down here. And it's gone. And now for the last secret. And actually I have one more. My number 11 is not kind of a feature or secret, but just a good tip from one of the buttons inside again. But let's get to secret number 10. These secrets or features, I'm calling them secrets because it's stuff that I didn't know about. And that's why I started saying that I might just be naive or unknowing, because this is, I've learned, very common on not all but many cars. But if you, like me, wondered what this little square in the front of the car is for, I will show you. In here you can put your the hook that probably came with your car. Most often it does, and if it didn't, I would recommend getting one. So it's just a hook, so you can put a wire or a rope or something if you need towing or something like that. And yeah, it's something that I actually didn't know, but it's very good to know, because I've been looking, you know, for somewhere to fasten the rope sometimes, and I didn't know about this feature, so it's very nice to know. So now you know as well. And this leads me actually to my feature number 11, this little extra secret. If you are stuck somewhere in some mud or something like that, and the wheels are just spinning, you can come free from it. Turn the anti-spin off, and I will show you the button inside. This is the button, and if you turn the anti-spin off, the automatic, you know, detection of the grip of the wheels will be turned off, and then you have more control maybe to get out of this situation. So that's just a tip. If you are in this situation, try it out. Try to turn off the anti-spin and see if that helps you to get out of this situation. That's just a good advice. And an even more important advice is that when you get out of this situation, please remember to turn on the anti-spin again. That's very important. Okay, now this was my 10 or actually 11 secrets or cool features about this Toyota Yaris Cross. And I hope that you found at least some of these secrets or features new to you or useful, and that you will use them and benefit from them a lot more than I did. I found out way too late, but I hope I have helped you to get more out of your Toyota Yaris Cross. Also, I hope you will consider to subscribe and like and share and all that stuff. That would, as always, make me very happy. But hopefully I will see you again in some of my other videos, and if you want to see again my video about the pros and cons after I've had it for 6 months, check out the other video in my playlist, and you will find the link in the description and here on the end screen as well. So see you sometime in the future, maybe in the nature. Nobody knows. Have a great one out there. Bye.